Okay, children. Very good evening to all of you. Okay, so I hope that you are doing well, right? So, children, today we are going to do our lesson. Actually, we are going to finish the theory parts related to lesson plant diversity. Okay, so most probably we are going to start our static electricity next week, right? Okay, so I know that newly joined students are there in our class, right? Newly joined ones, newcomers are there. So they have already got their static electricity tute also, right? So then children, the static electricity lesson will be started next week, okay? Right. So children, we had better to start our lesson, right? Because we have started, discussed actually the part of the flower, right? So children, if you can remember, previous week we discussed about parts of the flower, but we didn't discuss about their functions, right? And what will happen after this flower formation and these things, right? Okay, so children, previous week I showed you how we can cut a shoe flower and then how we can observe internal structures inside this shoe flower. Okay, and I told you why we choose shoe flower, right? To identify parts of the flower, right? So what is the reason for that? What is the reason for that? Because shoe flower, I told you, bisexual flower, right? Bisexual flower. Both sexes are available, right? Dvilingika malak. Bisexual. Male part and female part both are available in one flower. So then children, that's why we used two flowers to observe all the parts because both these parts are available. For our easiness of the studies, we use this shoe flower. For your studies, they have given shoe flower, right? ඔන්න එහෙනම් වදමලයි අපට දුන්නේ අපි ඇයි ඒ වගේ කොටස් ගැන කතා කළේ කියලා ඔන්න මම කිව්වා. Right. So children, today is the continuation of that flowers. Today we are going to discuss about androecium, gynoecium of the flower, and then we are going to discuss about seeds, right? What are the types of seeds according to the dispersion, right? And then what are the two types of seeds available around us, okay? Right. So without taking much of the time, we'll start our discussion. Okay, අපි වැඩි වෙලා ගන්න නැතුව අපේ lesson එක පටන් ගමු. Okay, right. Okay. Children, for the newcomers also, I hope that you have the tute plant diversity, the first unit also, right? So after doing your payments, we send your static electricity tute, right? But I hope that you have this tute related to plant diversity, right? Because we are doing the last part of this plant diversity, okay? So accidentally, if you have not given that tute, right, you had better to keep a separate set of papers. I hope that most of you have that tute, right? Okay, so sometimes if you couldn't get a print of that, then you can keep a separate set of papers, okay, for today. Okay, right. Only for the newcomers, right? All ones, they know how we can do that. Okay, right, children. So then we'll start. First of all, I'll recall your memory, right? We discussed about parts of the flower. Right. So children, can you remember? Quickly, we'll name these parts. අපි මේවා ගිය සතියේ කතා කළා. ඒ නිසා අපි ලොකුවට මෙතන මේවා කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. But for today's discussion, we need the knowledge of this one. So then I'm marking these parts very quickly and I'm showing to you. Okay? Right. Let's have a look. Now children, You know this is pedicel or stalk of the flower. Pedicel. Pedicel or stalk of the flower. Patra vruntaya. Sorry. Pushpaye vruntaya. Natuva. Right? So children, this one is sepals. This green color one is sepals. Right? For what we need sepals? To protect the bud. To protect the flower bud. Right? Mal pohottu araksha karana. To protect the flower bud. Here also this is pedicel. Pedicel or stalk. Stalk. Okay, pedicel or stalk. And then children, once again, here this green colored one is called as sepals. Sepals. Manipatra. Sepals. Here also sepals. This one. Sepals. Children, keep it in your mind. These sepals are green color. So why green color? Because of chlorophyll present in it, right? So because of this chlorophyll, this sepals also doing photosynthesis, children, right? Okay. So then you know this is colorful petals. Petals. Dalapatra. Varnava dalapatra. Petals. Malpeti. Right? Here once again petals. This is the cross section of the flower. This side is cross section. Okay? Right. So in children, you know, we discussed previous week. These are called as stamens. 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 Stamens mean children rosea or main part of the flower. I showed you these stamens consist with two parts. Filament and anther, right? I showed you this filament and anther previous week very clearly, right? Anther and filament, okay? And what is this one? Stigma, stigma.
Stigma, boy, stigma.
Okay, so when I'm doing the class, can you mute your children? Okay, so then mute your mic, okay? Right? Okay, so once again, this is stigma. And these are stamens. We have done this one, okay? Stamens. And this is style, right? Okay. So children, these stamens are called as androsia or the male part of the flower. Shakaye, flame, pushpaye, pirimi kotas, stamens, androsia, right? So children, now we are going to start our today's discussion. This is related to our previous week. Okay? Right. Right. Now children, we are discussing androsia. Right? I told you. Right? So here this one, all together this is called as stamens. Stamens. Right? This is main part of the flower, right? If we move with this flower, you can see stamens, male parts of the flower. So the enlarged version, loku karapu eka dakagatta heki metan enlarged version we can see. Okay, right. Here children, this is called as anther, right? This is called as anther, right? And this one is filament, right? Filament. Children, filament, sutrikavan. Anther means paragadani, right? So children, all together, this is called as stamen. All together, this is called as stamen. Stamen consists with two parts, anther and filament. Okay, right. So children, it is consist with anther and filament. Okay, children. So I hope that you have the printed tute, right? So children, turn to the page number 40. Turn to the page number 40. There are three typical parts in a flower. There are three typical parts in a flower. Right? Okay, so right, once after writing this one, okay. Wait, we'll move with the previous one. This one, right? Children, there are three typical parts of the flower, right? What are these things? ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් flower එක කොටස් තුනකට බෙදෙනවා. There are three typical parts of the flower, right? What is the first one? Right? First one is sepals. Sepals, right? So here, main typical parts. This is sepals.
Excuse me, teacher.
Sepals. Yes.
Can you please stop to me? I need to write that part.
Here, part of this flower.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, quickly write. Right. So, before writing it, can you listen for a while for this part? Okay. Still,
Okay,
we are
teacher.
discussing the flower. Okay. I'll give you 3 minutes to write. Children, there are three typical parts of the flower, right? First one, sepals. 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 Manipatra. Sepals. Second one, what is that? Second one is petals. 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 Right? Petals. What is the third one, children? Third one is androsium or gynoecium. Androsium or gynoecium. You know what is androsium, right? Androsium means the male part, right? Gynoecium means female part. I told you that why we selected shoe flower. Shoe flower has both sexes, right? That is bisexual flower. But children, they are flowers, right? They are only bearing only one type of sex, either androsium or gynoecium. Okay, so children, typical three parts, sepals, petals, the third one, androsium, androsium, or gynoecium. Gynecium. Okay, right. So, children, now the student who asked to write the or name the parts of this flower, you can name. Children, under there are three typical parts in the flower. I have given three blanks in the tube. Right? Quickly write this one: sepals, petals, androsium or gynoecium. Right? Okay. Okay.
Miss,
These 3 points. Okay. In the
excuse
page
me,
number 14, right, there are three typical parts in flower. Yes.
aren't we doing papers like last year in grade 6?
Sorry.
Aren't we doing paper like last year in grade 6?
Here, when we are about to start our examination, term test examination, we are doing. Okay. Don't worry. Right. We are usually doing papers at the end of February, right? Or the middle of February, we are going to start that. Okay. Don't worry. Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, quickly write in the page number 14. There are three typical parts: sepals, petals, androsium or gynoecium. Right? Some places, children, some people are telling this gynoecium as genosium. Some places, සමහර ඔය gynoecium කියන එකට genosium කියලාත් කියනවා. Right? So, yeah, both are not incorrect. Right? Most of the school teachers are telling it as gynoecium, right? But the university lecturers, sometimes I have heard they are telling it as genosium, right? Okay. No problem with that. Children, some students tell that teacher, how we can keep it in our mind about this androsium and gynecium, right? So children, how we can keep it in our mind? Children, gynecium starts from G. G for girls, female part. Androsium, you know, if something or if some part is gynecium, G for girls, that means other one androsium for male part. Okay, right. So you are okay, finished? Did you write the parts of the flower, the
Finished,
student who
teacher.
asked? Okay, done? Okay, all right. Seems that
Finished, teacher.
you, okay, right. Thank you for your response. Right. So children, now androsium. Children, I have given, right, kind of a diagram. In the tune, page number 14, I have given diagram of this stamen or androsium. Children, please name that all together, right? Please name this all together. It is called as stamen, right? Put like this and then write down stamen, right? Stamen consist with anther and filament, right? Okay. So children, in the space that I have given here, right? The space that I have given here, right? Androsium, you can write down the first one is anther. Second one is filament. First one is anther, second one is filament. Right? In the blanks that I have given, you can write. Write down after that, function of stamen is what? Function of stamen is what? Production of pollen. Pollen means paraga. Paraga nipadono. Right? Androsium produce pollen. Right? Okay. So then it's easy to do the pollination. Okay. Right. So here you can write down function is production of pollen.
In which page, teacher?
In the page number 14, mine, right? So in the space under the androsium, I have given space, right? Under the androsium. Androsium කියනගේ යටතේ blanks rules I have given 5 rules, right? You can write down first one anther, second one filament, and you can write down the function of this androsium is production of pollen. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Here this androsium, another word, it's called as stamen also. Sometimes some question papers, they have given stamens. Okay, stamens. Okay, children, finish.
No, miss.
Okay.
Finished, teacher.
Okay. Okay, children. So then we shall move to the next. Are you okay?
Done, miss.
Okay, right.
Done.
Okay. So then I'm moving. Right. Next one, children. Gynecium. Gynecium. Right? Gynecium. This is female part. Right? Another word, children. This gynecium is called as pistil. Pistil. Right? In Sinhala, gynecium means Janangaya, right? Janukotasa, right? So here previously we discussed androgen, that is male partner. So then in Sinhala it says that Umangaya. Here this is Jayangaya in Sinhala, right? Okay, no need Sinhala words, but I know that some students are interested in that. Gynecium, female part. Another word it is called as pistil. If you need, you can write pistil. So sometimes some question papers they are giving it as pistil of the flower. පිස්සු හැදෙනව නේද ඊට පස්සේ විභාග වෙලාවදී ඕ වචන දන්නේ නැත්තම්. Right? Okay. So here pistil. Another word is called as pistil. Okay? Likewise. Right. Children, this pistil consists with stigma, style, ovary. Stigma, style, and ovary. So children, if you can remember, right, you observe that this is stigma and this is style, tubular style, and this section is ovary, right? Okay, so we'll move with that. Right. Stigma, style, ovary. All together, this is called as gynecium, children. Gynecium. Gynecium all together. Okay, children. Keep it in your mind, children. You know there are flowers convert into a fruit. There are flowers, it converts into a fruit after the fertilization. Right? Children,
Banana.
what? Yes. What part of the flower become fruit? Fruity substances around the seeds. That is, children, previous ovary. Previous ovary of the flower converts into fleshy part. The edible part. Edible means kæමට ගන්නා. Edible part of the fruit is the previous ovary of the flower. Right? Previous ovary of the flower. Okay. So then what are the seeds inside? Seeds become the previous ovules in the ovary. Right? Ovary කියන්නේ ඩිම්බ පෝෂය. Ovary becomes fruit. When you are eating mango, right? Mango consists with fruity substances around the seed. Okay. So that fruity substance is ovary. Seed is what? Seed becomes previous ovules, right? කලින් තිබිච්ච මේක ඇතුලේ තියෙන මෙන්න මේව ovules. These ovules converts into seeds. Okay, right. Okay, children. You can write down. Okay, here we have given in my diagram it has given stigma, style, and ovary, right? Here all together you can put this and write down gynecium. Okay, children, you can write down these functions of this female part. Okay, here I am writing few functions. In the space I have given, you can write down what are the functions of this gynecium. Okay, right? So the first one, production of seeds. Production of seeds. Right? What is the second one? Ovary becomes a fruit, right? So then third one, ovules become seeds. Seeds. Children, if you have a highlighter, please highlight these functions, okay? Okay then. All right. Done.
Yes,
Wait,
Okay, right. Let's move with the next. Right. Children, we have to write down parts
excuse me,
of the
teacher.
flower. Yes.
What is ovule?
Ovules. Okay. Children, ovules present inside ovary. Right? This is the ovary. This is the ovary. Inside ovary, there are ovules. Right? Okay. So here children, ovules are just like small part inside the ovary. Right? So children, some flowers converts into a fruit form. Right? So in the fruit formation, the edible part is called as, edible part becomes previous ovary. Right? Here, this is the ovary and this is the tastiest fruity substances. It becomes tastiest fruity substances in the development. Here, internal ovules, right? Ovules are inside the ovary. These are just like egg cells of the flower, right? Egg cells of the flower, right? So, what's that? This is ovary. Inside this ovary, there are ovules, right? Ovary converts into a, right, fruit forming plants. Ovary converts into, right, that we are eating, the fleshy one, tastiest one. Inside, seeds are there. Seeds become these ovules. Okay, so ovules are egg cells of the ovary. බිම්බ කෝෂයේ ඇතුළේ තියෙන egg cell එක. Right?
Thank
So
you,
this
teacher.
has the viability to give a new plant. Okay?
Thank you,
ඒකට
teacher.
පුළුවන් තව plant එකක් දෙන්න. Okay? Right. Okay. So children, parts of the flower and we are going to write the function. Right? මලේ පුෂ්පයේ කොටස සහ ක්‍රියාකාරීත්වය. Okay? So children, here also we are writing function of sepals, function of petals, and then function of androecium and gynoecium. Right? Okay. So we'll write these things. Okay? Right. First of all, we'll write sepals. 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 What is the function of sepal is protection of Flower bud. Flower bud. And what is the other function I told you? Do photosynthesis. Synthesis. Okay? Right. So what is the next one? Next one is petals. Using another color I am writing. Next one is petals. Petals. Right? Petals means the colorful part. Right? Okay. So what does these petals are doing? Right? Protection of internal parts.
Add beauty.
Sorry?
Add beauty.
Yes, add beauty, but does plant know that I am giving fancy nature to the environment? දැන් මල් හදන ගස් හිතනවද අනේ මම මේ මිනිස්සුන්ගේ ලෝකය ලස්සන කරන්නයි පිපෙන්නේ කියලා? නෑ. Here children, we are writing what is the use of the relevant part to the plant, right? Or the flower. මේ කොටස් වලින් ශාකයට ඇති වාසි ටික නැත්නම් ශාකයට වෙන වැඩේ තමයි මෙතන අපි ලියන්නේ. Right? Okay. Beautify is the benefit that we are getting by our plants and the flowers. Did you get it?
Yes, miss.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, right. Protection of the internal parts of the flower. Right? So what is the other one? Attraction of insects for the pollination. Attraction of insects for the pollination. Okay, right? Then සත්තු ටිකව ලස්සනට අල්ලගන්න. Right? There are beautiful flowers with petals. I feel like landed on that. Right? Take out all the nectars. Right? Likewise, then children, insects, clearly read those. Right? Okay. And children, today class will be conducted up to 7:40. Likewise, 7:40 විනාඩි 10ක් විතරයි, right? 7:40 වගේ. And other thing is that children, we are going to have extra class on 15th. Extra class on 15th. We are going to start static electricity lesson on that day also. Today we are going to finish theory lessons of this lesson, right? Of this unit, right? We are going to do 2 practicals 15th of January. That means Thursday. You have holiday. So morning time we are going to have that class, right? 2-hour class, right? So then extra session because of, this term is very short. So then we have limited time. So then I thought that, or we thought that we had better to do extra session on 15th of January, right? So children, if you have not get the static electricity tune, right? So after doing the payment, please get this, right? So then it will be easy for you to do the class and join with the class on 15th, right? මේ ටියුට් එක ගන්න ළමයි මේ 15 වෙනිදා අපි එක්ස්ට්‍රා ක්ලාස් එකක් දානවා මේ හේතුව අපිට තියෙන ලිමිටඩ් ටයිම් එකත් එක්ක අපි papers discuss කරගන්න ඕනේ, right? So we have to ready for our term tests also. for the first term test, right? So government schools, they may no issue, but for semi-government and international school students, they are going to have the
In which
examinations,
time, teacher?
right? Time will be announced into the group, most probably morning time from 9 to 11, like, okay? Right?
Okay.
So then you can leisurely spend your evening time and after this class on 15th, right?
Yes.
Actually, we are not going to have another extra classes for next month. But if we get 15th of holiday, then we can quickly start our third lesson also, right? Third lesson is bit of lengthier, energy related one. Okay, right. Okay. Another thing is that children, we have prepared our February, January 15 to February 15 group, right? So then once after done the relevant payments and these things, we are going to add for your new group. Okay, right. So that's why. Okay, so children, that's okay. Have you done finish?
Yes, teacher.
Method.
Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
right. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
can you show us a picture of like the flowers which only has like androecium and another flower which only has genosium?
Magnesium. Yes. Okay. So here I'll show that. I can actually tell some examples. Children, have you seen pumpkin?
Yes, miss. Teacher.
हाँ चोपी है एक ऐसा नहीं है आपके और वीक टोपी है यार मेन टोपी दिए पहने एक बार ना बोले फिर काटा मैंने फिर मेन तो हाथ से किधर वेरी ने कुछ किया ना
Okay. Can you mute your
वाला
mic?
वेरी का खाना जाके खुदा ने बात
Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Children, since you asked that question, yes, some plants are there. Only androecium bearing flowers and gynoecium bearing flowers are there, right? So children, pumpkin is one of the good example. Children, you may have seen in your backyard, right? Pumpkin vines are going, never you get pumpkins, right? But, right, very nice flower is coming, orange color, right? But no fruits, right? So then children, this problem is available. Why? Is that vine having flowers which bearing androecium only, right? Those are called as male flowers, right? Pirimimal, dharana avastava, right? So in this pumpkin vine, when only androecium flowers available, we cannot get any fruit using that vines. Farmers, they are growing lot of female flower bearing vines, right, in the field, right? So children, actually they are growing more female or gynoecium having or gynoecium flowers having vines in the fields, right? Okay, more vines they are establishing on their fields, right? And then in addition to that, only one male vine established on the ground, right? From the male vine, all the honeybees and other pollinators take out the pollen grains and resided on the stigma of pumpkin flowers, right? Pumpkin flowers, which is in female vines. Okay, did you get it? Farmers always trying to grow female vines on the field and they remove male vine from the field. Okay. Only one male vine is kept in the ground, right? For one male vine, they are growing 3 or 4 female vines, right? Why it is called as female vine? that vines bearing the flowers only have gynecium, right? So male vines, they are growing to get the pollens, right? This pollen resided on the stigma of female vines, and then we can get fruit using female vines, right? So children, have you heard about Tubakaravilla, right? Why Tubakaravilla is very expensive, right? Why expensive that? Bitter gourd, right? Okay, why it is expensive? Because children, farmers, manually, they are going to pollinate using male flowers, right? පිරිමි මල අරන් ගිහලා අර ගැටණු මලේ කලන්තේ කොටසේ ගහනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ right, we are bringing pollen grains of the male flower, and then we are going to apply the pollen grains on the stigma of the female flower, right? For that also, it should have a knowledge, right? Most probably, sometimes it may be unsuccessful. Okay, so that's why Tumbakaravila in Sinhala, right? It's very expensive. Once going to fair, just have a look, right? Ask from them what is the price of them, right? So that is very expensive. What is the reason? Because of this issue. Androsium and gynecium available in two different types of wines, male wines and female wines. Okay, so there are a lot of flowers like that. I'll put kind of a soft copy or soft material into your group, so then you can leisurely have a look about those flowers. Okay, thank you for that question. That's a good question. Okay, right. Right. So here, children, what are the other parts? We can write quickly. Third one, androsium. 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 What is the function? Production of pollen. Production of pollen. Production of pollen. Okay, right. So the fourth one, gynecium. Gynecium, right? So you know what is the function of gynecium? Formation of fruit. Formation of fruit. Formation of seeds. Right? Okay. Quick write these functions also.
Finish teacher.
Okay.
Done, miss.
Okay.
Done, teacher.
Right. Here, okay, children. We'll move with the next. Right. Children. Now we're going to discuss about diversity of fruits and seeds. Diversity of fruits and seeds. Right? So here, according to the diagram that I have mentioned, right? Fruits are formed in the flowers of flowering plants. Not all flowers are giving fruits, right? Not all flowers giving fruits. Not ornamental plants giving fruits. Ornamental plants, floricultural plants are not giving fruits. Okay, children? Most of the floriculture related plants, right? Not giving fruits, right? But children, fruit forming plants. Forming plants, children, flower after fertilization of the flower, right? After the pollination, what will happen? This flower converts into Okay. So children, here I have mentioned fruits are formed in the flowers of flowering plants, right? Seeds are formed inside the fruits, right? I told you that in this flower, ovary, right? Ovary become the fruity substances, right? Seeds inside the fruits are ovules inside the ovary. I told it, right? Here it has mentioned seeds are found inside the fruits, right? Seeds produce new plants, right? Seeds produce new plants. Okay, children, imagine that when you eat a mango and you shed it, right? You eat mango and you shed it, the seed. What will happen? We can get a new mango plant. Okay. So children, can you remember we discussed about there are some plants that we can get new plants using stems, leaves, roots. Can you remember? Using stems, leaves, roots, we can get new plants. Right? Here children, by seeds also we can get new plants. Okay. So seeds related plant production is called as sexual reproduction of plants. බීජ හරහා සිදුවන ශාක නිෂ්පාදනය. කියන්නේ ශාකවල ලිංගික ප්‍රජනනය. Right? So the sexual reproduction of plants occur by seeds, right? So then what is that thing? I told you by using roots, stems, right? And then, leaves, using that we can get new plants. No, what is that? Right? That is asexual reproduction, right? That is vegetative propagation, right? So what is that? Asexual means no seed formation. That is called as alingika prajanana, right? Only one mother plant is involving. Only one mother plant is involving. From one mother plant, we just take it out the parts and establish on the ground. Okay? No seed formation in that case. Okay? Right. Okay, children. Now we are going to discuss about seeds, no? Right? So here, seeds, right? According to their dispersion. What is dispersion? Dispersion means traveling from one place to another place or movement of one place to another place, right? So in Sinhala, that means bija vyaptiya, right? Dispersion. Children, according to the dispersion of the seeds, there are seeds, right? There are seeds dispersed, dispersed, dispersed by wind, right? You know, children, seeds are there dispersed by wind. Okay, from wind, these plants, seeds are moving from one place to another place. Okay, children, I am asking another question. Why seed dispersion should happen? Why seed dispersion should happen? Children, imagine that. Have you seen under the jack trees? Most of the countryside we can see this incident, right? Under the jack tree, have you seen millions of baby plants are there? All the seeds shed by the plant and then millions of baby plants, right? Okay, right? Small plants available, right? නේද චුටි බබාලා වගේ සෙට් එකක් ඉන්නවා කොස් ගසේ පැල, right? So children, what will happen when large number of plants available under the mother plant? කොස් ගහයට ගොඩාක් තියෙනකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඒවා එකක්වත් හරියට හරියන්නේ නැහැ, right? Not successful, these plants. What is the reason? There is a competition among plants to get nutrients, water, minerals, and these things. They have the competition, okay, to fulfill their requirements. So then the plants also weaken, right? Okay, so then when seeds shed under the mother plant, their growth and development to a plant may be unsuccessful one. Okay, right. So that's why children, seed dispersion should occur. That's why seed dispersion should happen, right? අන්න ඒ නිසා තමයි මේ seed එක එහෙට මෙහෙට යන්න ඕනේ, right? For successful establishment on the ground. Okay, right. So here by wind this happen, other one by water, by animal. Okay, final one is children, explosive mechanisms. Explosive mechanisms. Explosive mechanisms means once you press it, right? Not press, right? Then what will happen? It is going to explode, right? Okay, so you know balsam seeds, kudalu, right? So children, you may have seen castor seeds, rubber castor seeds, right? Rubber wala තියෙන castor seed එක, right? So then it's also explosive mechanism. But children, this part is not there in your syllabus to discuss. But I'm writing that by explosive mechanisms. Explosive mechanisms. Okay, right children. Now turn to the page number 16 and write this one. Please add this part according to the dispersion of the seeds. There are මෙන්න මේ මෙතන තියෙන කොටසට, right? According to the seed dispersion, there are seeds dispersed part should be added for this sentence. Okay. And thereafter write down one, by wind, by water, by animal, and by explosive mechanisms.
In which
Okay.
page, teacher?
Page number 16.
Down or top?
Top. Here these
Okay,
ones. This area.
Okay, teacher.
Teacher,
Yes.
in Sinhala, the explosive mechanism is spotane.
Yes. Spotaka yantrane. Yes. Pipireno. Okay. Explosive mechanisms. Yes. I hope that you have done. Read. Okay.
Finish, teacher.
All right. So children, then we'll move with the seeds dispersed by wind. Okay. Right. Children, seeds dispersed by wind means children, seeds travel away from the parent plants using wind, right? So children, what are the special features of these plants and the seeds? What are the special features of these seeds, children? Children, most of the seeds are light weighted. So then it's easy to travel. Okay, it's easy to disperse, right? And these seeds are very light weighted. Barane, small, light weighted, right? And children, uh, you can see here, and these seeds having hairy structures, presence of hairs in the seeds, right? You know vara. Have you seen vara? The brown colored seeds available and white colored hairs are there, right? Okay. So here children, hairy, presence of hairs, right? And children, there are seeds, right, which bearing propellers, right? Propellers or wings, right? Hora, dipterocarpus, hora bearing wings or propellers, right? For the dispersion, okay, by the wind, okay? And these are light-weighted, seeds are very small, presence of hairs, right? And children, in your tube, can you see there's a diagram which is called as Gammalu in Sinhala. Gammalu, right? Children, if you observe, right, in the seed is in the middle, right? Seed is in the middle, and you can see around that there is a membrane structure. Membrane structure. So this membrane structure give very light weight to the seed. Okay, children. Right. So here now, children, I have given, right, examples, right? You can see I have given spaces to write examples. In front of the examples, please write what is the special adaptation. Special adaptation means what is the special characteristic feature that they have to disperse by wind, right? Okay. Example එක ඉස්සරහෙන් adaptation එකත් ලියාගමු. Okay? Right. Here I am going to erase.
Excuse me, teacher. Now we're going to write examples.
Yes, in front of the examples, I'm going to write the adaptations also. Okay? Likewise. So here first example is cotton, right? In front of cotton, you can write down small, light-weighted seeds. Light-weighted seeds. උදාහරණය ලියාගන්න example එක, and then in front of that, write down special adaptation. Special adaptation for seed dispersion by the wind. Okay, light-weighted seeds. Okay. So thereafter, second one you can write down vara, right? So the special adaptation of vara is presence of hair-like structures. Right? So this is horror, dipterocarpus, right? Presence of wings, presence of wings. Okay? Please write down example and then the adaptation. Example vara and the adaptation. Example hora and the adaptation. Right, okay. Someone is asking a question. You're right. Okay, pumpkin plant, right? So children, pumpkin flowers, monosexual. I told you here, you know, shoe flower is bisexual flower. Bisexual means both sexes are there. Androecium and gynoecium is present, right? Pumpkin flowers are monosexual. Mono means one, right? ඒගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන්නේ එක structure එකයි. Either male or either female, right? Just like us, right? In our society, we have males and females, no? Right? Just like pumpkin also like that, right? Male flowers bearing male vines with androecium. Female flowers bearing gynoecium in female vines. Okay. So then, for the formation of the fruit, it requires female flowers bearing vines because gynoecium is present. Male vines, however it grows, it's useless. It is not producing fruits. So then, farmers, what they are doing, they are establishing male vine, one male vine and 9 or 8, just like female vines, more female vines around the male vine. Then what will happen? From the male vine to female vine, right? From the androecium of the male vine and inside the flower, taken pollen grains into the gynoecium of the female vine. Okay. So then it is done by the pollinators, right? වට්ටක්ක වැල්වල වට්ටක්ක මල් වල තියෙන්නේ එක්ක male part එක or else female part එක, right? Female flowers තියෙන vines වෙනම තියෙනවා. Female ඒ කියන්නේ පිරිමි මල් තියෙන වැල් වෙනම යනවා. ගැහැණු මල් තියෙන වැල් වෙනම තියෙනවා. right? එතකොට පිරිමි මල් තියෙන වැල් වැඩක් නැහැ. අවාසි. ඒවා ගෙඩි හැදෙන්නේ. මොකද monoecious නේ. Monosexual. Only one sex is available. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? So then, for the fruit formation, from male vine to female vine, pollen grain should be transferred. අන්න ඒ නිසා male vine එකට female vines 9ක් වෙන විදිහට තමයි farmers ලවක establish කරන්නේ. මොකද gynoecium එක තියෙන්නේ වෙන මලක, androecium එක තියෙන්නේ වෙන මලක. Did you get it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so you know, right? I'll tell you what are the other fruits also, right? Tuba karavila, in that we can see the same incident. Okay, right.
Teacher, I thought that like it only has like the male part.
No, 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 no. Right? Male part, androecium having one type of vine. එක ජාතිය ඒ කියන්නේ පිරිමි වැල් වල තමයි පිරිමි කොටස නැත්නම් androecium තියෙන්නේ. ගැහැණු වැල් වල තමයි gynoecium එක තියෙන්නේ. Okay? Right?
Okay, teacher.
Oh, right. That is monosexual flower. Monosexual කියලා කියන්නේ වරකට එකයි තියෙන්නේ. දෙකක් නැහැ, just like in shoe flower. Okay? Right. So children, next one, seed dispersed by water. Right. Children, you know, lot of seeds transferred by water or dispersed by water. Okay. So children, then what are the special adaptation of these seeds? Right. Children, in these seeds, right, there are seed coats with fibrous portion, right? These seeds having fibrous seed coats. What is the reason for having fibrous seed coats, right? So children, this is arecanut, right? Now I peeled it, okay? So can you see that? This is arecanut. So can you see there are air pores, right? This is porous, right? Savivarai. There are pores, hiltiano, right? Because of the presence of these pores, children, air can be stored inside this fibrous seed coat, right? Air can be stored in this fibrous seed coat. Children, because of that, the seed get a lightweight, right? Okay. So then it get the ability to float on water. So then it get the chance to transfer, okay, from one place to another place. Coconut also like that, children. Okay. Coconut also like that. And then children, this lotus, dear Kaduru. When you open up dear Kaduru and lotus, you can see air-filled sacs inside. Air-filled sacs inside these seeds. Dear Kaduru. Sometimes dear Kaduru is called as gon Kaduru, right? In some areas. Okay. So children, when you open up this seed, we can see just like air-filled sacs inside these seeds. Okay. What is the reason? But then what will happen when the air filled in that? It is having a light weight. Then it get the chance to float from one place to another place. Okay, right. We'll write down that thing also. Here, children, like previous one, right? I have given the examples, right? And then I'll write two adaptation of these seeds. So then you can write down first of all the examples and then adaptation at this place. Okay, right. Here you can write down first example coconut, second example arecanut, third example lotus, fourth example diya kaduru. Okay, divi kaduru neve. Okay, divi kaduru kiyane වෙන එකක්. So children, adaptation I am writing. Okay, here I am writing adaptations. Presence of fibrous seed covers. Right? What is the second adaptation? දෙවනි අනුවර්තනය තමයි, right? It has presence of air-filled seed covers. Presence of air-filled seed covers. Okay.
Skibidi toilet, skibidi.
Children, may don't argue in the chat, okay? Right? Are you arguing? Right? Okay. So don't arguing in the during the class, right? Because chat you can use to get information, right? You can communicate with me, okay? Right? So because our panel also watching all these things, that's why. Done, miss. Okay, right.
Still writing.
Still writing.
We have to write in examples, teacher.
Yes, yes, you have to write example and you have the space here, right? You have space here to write adaptations, right? Put 1 and 2, right? Okay, and then write down the adaptations also. Examples you can write in this place, okay?
Done, miss.
Okay.
What is the answer for the first one?
One. Yeah, I have mentioned the examples, right? And then I asked you to write examples. Coconut, coconut, lotus, deer, kadru, and then write down the adaptation, okay? Right here. So that finish. Shall we move with the next?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Right. So children, next one, we are going to discuss about, right? What are the special characteristic features that we can see seed dispersed by animals? What are the special characteristics of the actually seeds dispersed by animals? Okay, right. Children, you know, right? When tasty or the tastiest or delicious part to eat available, most of these foods are eaten by animals, right? Crows, and they are taking away. They are taking away all these foods, right? Okay. So from one place to another place, take away, right? Or take away right? You know. So here, children, these animals also taking away the fruits. Then what will happen? At the place where that they are eating this one, they are shedding the seed. Okay, then it can disperse. Okay, and what is the other thing? So have you seen there are seeds called Nagadaran? Nagadaran, right? Nagadaran. So children, these Nagadarana seeds have a hooks, right? Hook-like structure, right? In these seeds. That hook can be hang with the fur of the animals, right? That will cling into animal fur. Okay. And what is the other thing? Sometimes children, some plants, you may have heard about love grass. What is love grass? Have you heard? Love grass,
No.
right?
No, teacher.
Grass means tuttiri. Love grass. Okay. So these things cling into your socks, right? If you are coming, right, buy your food, right? So most probably in countryside we can see that, right? When I was schooling, all these things all these seeds of the love grass attached with my socks, right? So then it spreaded throughout the area, right? Because it attached with animal fur also. Sometimes dogs fur, cows fur, right? Likewise, children. So then there are hooks-like structures available, right? And then some seeds, around that seed, there's a delicious part of fruits, right? And what else we can see? Sometimes children, some seeds can mislead animals. Mislead animals. What is mislead? Children, have you seen the seed of olinder? Have you seen that? Seed of olinder, right? There is a black colored part of olinder, right? Olinder seed. Okay. Right? Just like this. Olinda is just like this. Okay. Here I am drawing. Olinda mother deer. Mother deer is in red in color. Okay, in holiday is like this. Okay, the oval shape. This is oval shape. Okay, so this will mislead the animals. How it mislead animals?
Ladybug.
Yes, they think that these things are ladybirds and bugs. Then children, some birds feel like eating these. So then when they are tried, these seeds spontaneously spread. Okay, likewise. So children, some seeds can mislead animals. Children, you know castor seeds. Castor seeds means what? Seeds of rubber, right? Castor seeds, when it explodes, have you seen there is a beautiful color pattern in outside seed coat, right? So then these things mislead animals. They think that these are other animals to eat, right? Okay, likewise. And yeah, here children, I have given to write examples, right? Please write the examples here and note down what are the adaptation of these seeds. Okay, write the examples here and then use this space to write adaptations. Okay, right. Adaptations කියලා කියන්නේ අනුවර්තන. කොහොමද මෙයා මුලගේ ප්‍රචාරණය වෙන්නේ හැදිලා තියෙන්නේ කියන එක. Okay, right. So examples we can get tomato, pepper, chilies, right? Here first one, second one, third one, right? You can write down the fourth one, right? Here fourth one I am writing here, Nagadharana. Nagadharana. Right? Fifth one, left grass. Left grass. Right? Okay. The examples. Right? So the adaptations you can write down here.
Teacher,
Edible and fleshy.
you writing for the example for the seed dispersed by animals?
Yes, yes. Seed dispersed by animals, right? Here. Seed dispersed by animals and you have to write the examples, right? Tomato, pepper, chilies, Nagadharana and lemongrass, right? Thereafter, these are the adaptations. Edible and fleshy, right? Other one is having roots and tubes, right? Other one, this is the first one, this is the second one, right? Presence of
Teacher, I have a jar of mother tea.
tubes, right? Okay, this is the second adaptation, right? Okay. Edible and fleshy, these fruits, and presence of cloves and hooks, right? And third one I am writing here. Sorry, children, I actually, this demonstration, I haven't given space to write these adaptations, okay? And then colorful seeds.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
What is edible?
Edible means we can eat. Edible. Able to eat. Edible. Now you get it.
Yes, miss.
Edible and fleshy. You can write down edible, fleshy, fruit cover. Fruit cover. Like that you can write. Right? Edible, fleshy, fruit cover. Second one, presence of clouds and hooks. Third one, colorful seeds. Seeds. To mislead animals. Here, first example, tomato. Second example, pepper. Third example, chilies. Fourth example, nagadharana. Fifth example, love grass. Right? Thereafter, this is the first adaptation, edible and fleshy. Right? Here, I'll highlight. Right? Edible and fleshy. Right? Presence of claws and hooks. This is the second adaptation. This is the third adaptation. Colorful seeds to mislead animals. Nomagayavan, mislead.
Teacher, I have a jar of mother tear.
You have jar of mother dear. Okay. Now available.
Yes.
Oh, can you show?
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Okay. Here children, this is mother deer, right? So children, some animals thinking that these are ladybirds or bugs, right? So then they are going to catch these things and taken away from one place to another place. Thank you, Liana.
Okay, teacher.
And here, that is Nagadharan and love grass, right? Okay.
Done, miss.
Okay, right. So children,
Yes,
shall we
teacher.
move with the next?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Children, now we are going to discuss about two different types of seeds, right? Two different types of seeds according to the number of seed leaves, right? According to the number of seed leaves or seed lobes, right? So children, what are called as, what are these two types, right? Monocotyledons and dicotyledons, right? Seeds can be divided into two, right? According to the number of cotyledons available in the seed, right? According to the number of cotyledons means piyali. In Sinhala, we call it as piyali, bija piyali, right? So seeds, there are two seed lobes. Those seeds are called as dicotyledonous seeds, right? Dicotyledonous. Cotyledon means children in Sinhala piyali, or else that is seed lobes. Seed lobes. Children, you may have seen cashew seeds, right? So you can open it up, right? Okay. So you can divide it and open it up. You can see there are two seed lobes, two cotyledons. Okay. Those are called as dicots or dicotyledonous plants. Okay. So you know mango, cashew, guava, right? These seed-bearing plants, right? These seed-bearing plants are dicots. Okay, children. So children, these dicots having two cotyledons, right? Two cotyledons here you can see, right? Children, now you have a good chance. What's that? By the external features of the plant, we can determine whether this plant is bearing dicotyledonous or monocotyledonous seeds. How we can identify? Children, plants or dicotyledonous plants always having net leaf venation. That means reticulate leaf venation available in dicots. Okay. And then taproot system also available in dicots. Okay. And other thing is that children in dicots, there are 5 or 4 number of petals in a flower. Okay. And stem is branched. Stem is branched. Right. So in Sinhala we call it as Dvibijapatri Shaka. Bijapatra dekai. Dicotyledonous. 2 seed lobes. Also 2 seed leaves. Okay. So children in these dicots bearing 2 cotyledons in seed and reticulate venation of the leaf, net-like structure we have discussed under the venation, and the taproot system available, and you can see branch stem, and we can see 4, 5 or multiple number of petals in flower, right? Then children, now you have a chance, you can determine whether this one dicot or monocot. Okay, right. We'll have a look about this monocots. Monocots, they have single seed leaf or seed lobe. They only have one cotyledon, right? Only one. Okay. So children, we cannot divide it into 2 like that. Okay. So children, these plants having parallel leaf venation. These plants having parallel venation. Coconut, arecanut, and then maize, grass, paddy, these having parallel venation. So under the practical, I'll show you these seed types and how we can clearly identify. Okay. Other thing is that fibrous roots, right? So these seeds, and through that it forms fibrous root bearing plants. Okay. So children, these are monocots, these are dicots. Okay, children. So children, flowering plants can be divided as monocots or monocotyledonous plants and dicotyledonous plants. Okay, right. So here children, I have given, right, space here. In the page number 18, I have given space. Flowering plants can be divided as, right? What is the first one? First one, monocots. Monocots. Second one, dicots. Please write down these 2. First one, monocots. Second one, dicots.
Done, teacher.
Okay.
Done, teacher.
Right. Okay. So children, we'll move with the next. What are the monocotyledonous plants? Right? Seeds which have one cotyledon. Seeds which have one cotyledon in the seed bearing plants called as monocotyledonous plants. බීජයේ පියලි එකක් දරන ශාක බීජයේ පියලි එකක් දරන බීජ සහිත ශාක ඒක බීජපත්‍රි monocotyledonous. Children, mono means 1, right? Di means 2, tri means 3, tetra means 4, penta means 5, hexa means 6. Likewise, there is a series. Okay. So then mono means 1. Right? Okay. So here you can write down in this place monocotyledonous plants. Okay. Here this. Right? You can write down seed which have one Done. In the seed. Having plants. Is called as monocotyledonous plants. Monocotyledonous plants. Children, in the examination sometimes, right, there may be spelling problems for all of you. So if it is difficult to keep it in your mind, you can write monocots. Ekat hari. Monocots lesi monocots. TS. Otherwise, monocotyledonous, right? Difficult, right? Monocotyledonous. We are usually telling like that. But children, during your examination, you are writing in very tension, right? I don't know what will you write. Okay. මේ ගොඩක් තියෙනවානේ උඩට උඩට යන. Sounds also not matching. Okay. Examples you can write down. Okay. Here, maize. Maize, bamboo, right? Coconut,
Done, teacher.
okay.
Done, teacher. Done, teacher.
Okay, right. We'll move with the next. Right. So examples we wrote, and we told you that what are the special features? One seed leaf or one cotyledon and parallel leaf veins and fibrous root system. We discussed it. And dicotyledonous plants, right? Here, seeds which have two cotyledons or seed lobes. බීජ පියලි කියන එක. Two seed lobes in the seed bearing plants are called
मस्त नहीं पाए भाई पाए
plants.
नहीं
So what are the examples for these? Right? Jack, mango, guava. Guava කියන පේර ගෝවා නෙවෙයි. Okay. Right? Yeah. Banyan.
Done, teachers.
Okay. Children, right? So you know in Sinhala we call it as nuga for banyan tree, right? Sometimes some students are telling it as banyan. Banyan කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay. Banyan tree කියන්න එපා. Banyan tree. හොඳේ, I have heard that at the school, right? They told that uh, the roots available, right? You know, crop roots we discussed, right? They told that banyan trees, no, nothing trees called banyan. Okay. Okay. Right. Children,
Teacher, I was
you were writing.
done.
Okay. Right. So children, you observe that two cotyledons are there, right? When you open up, I'll show you during the experiment, right? So we can see this seed like this. We can open, right? Two cotyledons, two seed leaves and reticulate leaf venation and then taproot system also available, right? We discussed those things. Now children, this is the last part for today. We'll write down what are the differences between monocots and dicots. Okay children? Right. So here in the page number 19 I have mentioned, right? Monocots have fibrous root system. Dicots have taproot system. Right? So what is the other feature children? We can write down stem is unbranched. Unbranched stem we'll write down like that. Unbranched stem and branched stem. Right? Okay. So what is the other one is parallel venation. Children, these are the differences between monocot plants and dicot plants. Not differences between monocot seeds and dicot seeds. Okay. මේ මොනොකොට් සීඩ් එකෙන් හැදෙන plant එකේ features, dicot seed එකෙන් හැදෙන plant එකේ features, the plant which is formed by the dicot seed and the features which is formed by the features shown by the plant formed by this monocot seed, parallel venation and reticulate venation. Right? Okay. Three multiple number of petals. In the flower. Right? Other one, three, sorry, not three, 4 or 5. 4 or 5 multiple number of petals in the flower. Okay, this is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. This is the fifth one, right? One cotyledon in the seed Next one, two cotyledons.
Teacher, which time the class finish?
Now finish. Okay. Quickly write these things.
Okay.
Children, I told you that 15th, January 15th, we are going to have our extra class, right? We are not usually doing much of the extra class. May dawasa vitarai api danne because your third lesson also very lengthy one. Okay. So children, before that, you had better to get this tube, right? Because a lot of contents available in this static electricity lesson, right? So keep printed
I take a
earlier.
print out of that tube.
Okay, right. So those who have not get the print of this tube, please get it, right? So after the first term, we'll think about because the students who are interested in the printed tubes and posting under these things, we just discussing these things because previous time there were some problems. Sometimes tubes had not gone into the doorstep because of the problems related to post, right? Some tubes were misplaced, right? So that's why we reduced the price, the delivery costs and all the things. We did it, right? Okay, so children, don't worry about this tube and don't worry, there's no color. Likewise, these things, right? All the contents available without any mistakes, okay, right? So children, that's what I needed to tell, right? So
Excuse
15th
me,
morning,
teacher.
we are going to have our discussion and starting our discussion related to static electricity. And then children, those who have done the payments, we are going to add into the new WhatsApp group, right? So that's what I needed to tell you. And yeah, that's it, children. So have you finished writing?
No, teacher.
You can write, and children, don't worry, we are also going to have our question paper discussion most probably at the end of February, right? Because you are going to have your examinations, international schools and semi-government schools, probably second week of May, likewise. So then we have to start that also, right? That's why we thought to have your extra class on the 15th, right? Okay. Right. And children, if
Done,
you
teacher.
have seats collected in your home, right, when you are logging on 15th, right, please bring those also, right, because I'm going to show you, or we are going to finish 2 experiments mentioned in this tube, right, and thereafter we'll start our static electricity. We are going to discuss the experiment. 2 experiments are there in this, okay. So I think I'm not talking much. I'm going to wind up here for a while. So children, thank you for logging.
Bye, teacher.
Oh, have a nice week. Stay safe. Goodbye. Good night to all of
Bye,
you.
teacher. Have a
Thank you,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher. Have a nice
Bye,
week.
teacher.
And
Thank you, teacher. Bye.